discussing about the different endocrine glands, that how these different endocrine glands are producing the different types of the hormones. So our today's lecture will be mainly based upon the structure of all these endocrine glands and as well as about their location also. So let's start our lecture with the first gland that is present in our brain, and that is called pituitary gland. So look at this. This is the pituitary gland. So this pituitary gland is composed of the two lobes are there. So this is the larger, the whole pituitary gland is having a size of about a pea. That's about the size of pea, and in that size of pea it's having two lobes. The first lobe is called anterior lobe and this is called the posterior lobe. The anterior lobe is producing 6 different hormones. I have written the names of those hormones which are included in your syllabus, and then I have written the just numbers 4, 5, 6. So the first one is TSH. It's called thyroid stimulating hormone, and it is actually this one is controlling the thyroid gland. So we will discuss the thyroid gland also. And this is called the FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone, and this one is controlling, this hormone is controlling the ovaries. And there is another one that is LH, it's called the luteinizing hormone. This one also regulates the function of the ovaries. And there is another one. Now look at this, this is the posterior lobe, and this posterior lobe is also producing the two hormones, and these two are included in your syllabus. One is the ADH, that is called anti-diabetic hormone plus, and this is called oxytocin. Anti-diabetic hormone, you have understood very well about it in the chapter of excretion. It's called anti-diabetic hormone, and this one is producing. This one is controlling the osmotic osmoregulation in the body and controlling the function of the kidneys and maintaining the blood water concentration in the body. And so these are the hormones, and there is another one that is called oxytocin. Oxytocin is released during the childbirth by the female. So this is and it is helping in the contraction of the uterus. So this is called the oxytocin. So this is the whole structure of the pituitary gland, and it is having the two lobes, anterior and posterior. Then comes another very important gland, which is pancreas. So this one, I told you yesterday that this is not in abdomen, and this is not like above the kidneys. This is present below the stomach, and there are some special organs. This is the gland in our body which is at the same time pancreas is the endocrine as well as exocrine. So it's exocrine, you remember in chapter of nutrition in mammals, it is producing pancreatic juice, this one is producing. So this is the duct of this, which is called pancreatic duct, and it is producing the pancreatic juice, which is containing the different enzymes, not the hormones. It is containing the different enzymes, the pancreatic juice. But there are some special type of the cells, group of cells are present in it, and these special type of group of cells which are present in this, these are called islets of Langerhans. And these islets of Langerhans, which are present inside this, so these islets of Langerhans, they are not pouring their secretion into the pancreatic duct. So there is a blood supply, or a large number of blood capillaries are present in this. So these blood capillaries will be collecting the two hormones, that is insulin and glucagon. So in our book only there is a concept, there is a discussion on insulin, but there is another one you will also study later on. So this is called glucagon, and I have written or summarized the function of this. That is this hormone is these two hormones are responsible to maintain the glucose concentration in body. So glucose is converted to glycogen with the help of insulin, and when there is a less amount of the glucose in the body, then glycogen is converted back to the glucose. So that is done by the glucagon. So that is the glycogen. So glycogen is converted back to glucose with the help of glucagon. So these are, and there is a large number of blood capillaries which are taking the hormone insulin and glucagon from the pancreas to the different, particularly this chemical reaction or this conversion is going on in the liver. So liver is the structure where this type of the like you can say the conversion is going on. So pancreas is the only gland in the body which is at the same time is the endocrine because of the production of insulin and glucagon, and exocrine because of the production of the that is the pancreatic juice containing many different enzymes are present in this. So the last part of this is the third one is the thyroid gland. You know, here we have this structure is called trachea, and above the trachea in respiratory system you might have studied, above the trachea there is a, like for example, if this is trachea, this marker is representing the trachea. So this region which is above this one is called larynx. This is called larynx. There is a pharynx and then comes larynx. Above that there is an epiglottis also. So this one is the larynx, and around the larynx, for example, just like my fingers, as my fingers are surrounding this green part larynx, just like that, the thyroid gland is surrounding the larynx. So this is the thyroid gland. This whole red portion is for the thyroid gland, and the thyroid gland is producing the hormone that is called thyroxine. So thyroxine is the hormone which is produced. So look at this. Thyroxine is the hormone which is produced by the thyroid gland, and thyroxine is basically growth hormone. And inside the thyroid gland, there are some glands are embedded which are known as the parathyroid glands. So these green portions are representing the parathyroid gland, and parathyroid gland is producing a hormone which is called parathermone, and it maintains the calcium level in the body. So it's not only the one hormone, so there are many parathermones we can call them. So there are so many hormones too. So collectively they are called parathermones. So they maintain the calcium level in the body. So this is the thyroid gland. Although this diagram is not in the syllabus, but you can also understand from here also the thyroid and parathyroid gland, and there is a hormone that is TSH. So TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, this one is controlling the thyroid gland. So you can, in the chapter of homeostasis, you might have studied about the concept of the like negative feedback. So negative feedback, to understand negative feedback, we can understand this also, that this TSH is controlling the thyroid gland. So I'll discuss later on when we'll study the chapter of homeostasis. So we'll discuss this also. And one very important thing concerning to thyroid gland, which is so many times asked in the exams, so that one is the thyroid gland is producing thyroxine with the help of a nutrient in our diet that is known as that is called iodine. So iodine is the raw material from which the thyroxine is produced. So if iodine, there is a lack of iodine in our diet, then the thyroxine will not be produced, and when thyroxine will not be produced, as a result of that there will be overwork of the thyroid gland, and as a result of that there will be swelling in this region, and that one is known as, we call it a disease, and that is known as, it's called goiter. Goiter is a disease that is called, and there are many questions related with the goiter. So a little bit about thyroid gland should also be well known to all of you, that what is the function of thyroid gland, where it is located, and what different hormones are produced by this one. And lastly is the fourth gland that's very important. I asked you yesterday also, that is the structure of kidney. Kidney is divided into two parts. This is the so this region in the kidney, you know this part. If we go on with it, so this region in the kidney is called, its whole, we can divide it like this. So this whole part in the kidney, which is the outer part, is called cortex. So this part is called cortex, and inner region of the kidney is known as medulla. So just like that, there is a gland located above the kidney. It's very clearly mentioned here. That gland is called adrenal. Adrenal above. So this gland is located above the kidney, and this is also divided into two parts, just like the kidney. One is called adrenal cortex, outer part, and this inner part is called adrenal medulla. Adrenal cortex is producing a hormone which is called corticosteroids. Corticosteroids. Whereas adrenal medulla is producing a hormone which is known as adrenaline. So adrenaline is the corticosteroids maintain balance of salt and water in the blood. So although this is not mentioned in the syllabus, but just to give you some information that there are two parts of producing different hormone. This hormone is the most important hormone, just like insulin, adrenaline. Adrenaline is produced by the adrenal medulla, and this is the fight or flight response is controlled by the adrenaline hormone. So whenever we are in any tense situation, for example, if we are having exams and exam is not yet started, so we are having the butterflies in our stomach, and sometimes our hands are sweating, sometimes we are there is a sweating on our forehead. So at that time, so a lot of production of adrenaline is there. So that one is known as, it's called the fight or flight response. So might be someone is afraid of lizards. So whenever you saw the lizard, you just try to run away from that. So that one is called the flight response. And maybe someone is not afraid of that, and someone is going to take something and try to hit or try to get rid of that lizard. So that one is known as the fight response. So in both these cases, the heartbeat will increase. So there are many different changes.